Hey guys, hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back with another video. I was just, I was getting a bit demotivated to make another video, but I thought I'd get around to doing it before I go sleep. I thought I'd just make one more. And I was watching Halloween. But part of me wanted to go sleep early, but I didn't really manage to do so. But anywho, I'm using my red mug, really because I wanted to think of AC Milan, who plays in black and red, and how I dream to utilise my dyslexic strengths to help AC Milan to become world class. Another thing is, as I often say, I worry whether people enjoy these videos. So if you do enjoy them, please let me know, because that will obviously encourage me. Um, Another thing is, people say on the subject of red, a lot of people say the colour for dyslexia, what's the word, the symbolic colour or whatever is red because, and I didn't know this, but I read it recently, it's because red, a lot of dyslexic students make a lot of spelling mistakes, obviously, when they're younger, or most dyslexic students, pretty much, or pretty much all, and therefore their teachers underline their writing in red or whatever, or scribble it out, or things like that in red. So, and also on Microsoft Word, um, spelling mistakes are underlined in red, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So red is like the symbol for dyslexia because it's sort of taking ownership of, or reclaiming red, and sort of turning it from a negative to a positive, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure that's why the theme of dyslexia awareness is red, to reclaim, and say, the ink that teachers mark students down with, and also, I'll say, on Microsoft Word in the spelling corrector or whatever, spell check. That's what I'm looking for. or two words I'm looking for. Anyway, what am I on about? So anyway, this is my the third part of Dyslexia Wednesdays, although I'm kind of a day late because it's Thursdays already, and I'm going to go sleep after this video. But I hope people out there enjoy it, especially, as I say, those with dyslexia and those who are interested in dyslexia. And I hope somehow these videos inspire people, even though they're just my ideas. But if you can think of any inspirational quotes for people with dyslexia, please write them in the comment section. And here goes. So number 21. I wish I could have been more organised with my own writing, and found a way to put them in like shelf stackers, and like not buy new notebooks until I finished older ones and things like that. So then I wouldn't have had to lose writing that I worked on, and I could have just focused on one or two ideas and got them done. If I could have done it all over again, I suppose it would have been less likely for a lot of my writings to be got rid of, or thrown away, and given away, and things like that. I wish I could get back all the writings I've ever written, and God could help me to remember all the ideas I've ever had. I think that would be pretty cool. But on the subject of 21, say 21 again, I also dream for dyslexics, including myself, to write up our own biographies and our own dyslexia stories and experiences of dyslexia. It'd be interesting to see how things have changed, if they've changed at all, which I'm hopeful they've changed for the better, and I hope they will do so in the future. 22, on that note, I say I hope things will continue to improve for dyslexic people as more people find out about famous dyslexics and success stories and things like, even in areas like writing, where you might not, you might not think of dyslexics doing well in. So I think there's so many different areas where dyslexics have done well in, and thrived at, and some where you might not expect us to do well in. Many dyslexics, I suppose, delegate, like if they run a business, they might delegate the reading and writing, especially if it's large amounts of paper. Apparently a lot of dyslexics are in business, but not in management, because that involves a lot of paper. But as I say, there are dyslexic writers who probably use ghost writers and things like that, as I previously mentioned. Number 23, I'd love to know what you think are the best ways to inspire and motivate dyslexics to achieve their full potential, even in areas like writing. I think like sharing success stories and things about famous dyslexics and things like that probably help. But I'd love to know any ideas you have which could uh, that's probably the only one I can think of. But I'd love to know how you think organisations could help dyslexics to get into writing. Maybe like there could be more ghostwriters to help dyslexics if they can't, for those dyslexics who can't write down their ideas as well. Maybe even having people we can trust to delegate to, basically ghostwriters, but who we can talk to, who can write on our behalf. And I suppose artificial intelligence and apps and new technology generally probably helps quite a lot for dyslexics to become writers. As I say, I know a lot of people probably think it's a funny sort of area for dyslexics to go into. I probably told this story before, I know I'm very forgetful, but once my mum was telling someone how I love writing, and they said it's strange they would have thought it's not an area where dyslexics would be interested in, but I've read that there are quite a few dyslexic writers, and I think it'd be interesting if there was a list of such again in the future. Maybe I would do one of these list videos for 4-part list videos for 40 dyslexic writers. I think that would be quite interesting. Quite an irony, perhaps. But anywho, moving on, number 24. Again, I hope to do this internationally, so in all possible countries worldwide. 25, especially republics, because I'm a bit biased in favour of republics. Number 26, also in places which I call part of the six, which I mentioned in previous videos. So I won't go into too much detail here. Number 27, I'd love to know what you think are the best ways, because I love to, if anyone comments, I'd love to read people's comments if and when I get the chance. So I always try and encourage people to write and that kind of thing, to type up in the comment section. But I'd love to know what you think are the fairest ways to reward, if someone supports my works or plans generally, what do you think are the fairest ways? Do you think like or 1-2 for 1 or share for share or like for like? In other words, sharing information for each time they help me. Do you think that's a fairer system or that I could have, or do you think there is a fairer system than that? I'd love to know. Number 28, I hope these videos do talking about things like dyslexic writers showcase what dyslexics can achieve. Like Octavia Butler Spencer, I think her name was a African American sci-fi writer with dyslexia, and she was a very successful writer. Stephen J. Cannell or something like that. Stephen J. Cannell. I don't know how to pronounce his surname, but he was the one who wrote The A-Team, and many dyslexics have wrote many great pieces of work. Again, it's not an area I think dyslexics would flourish in, but they find ways around things. Like in academia, I think it's like a one size fits all, or it's trying to make square pegs out of round holes. So it's like trying to make everyone the same, or saying there's only one way to do things. But I think, as I say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, as the saying goes. Although please don't skin cats. But anyway, but yeah. So I hope people find out that dyslexic can achieve in probably pretty much any area, especially if we find the right network. So I hope we can network together and encourage more dyslexics to express themselves in either through writing or YouTube or different ways. Obviously on Wednesdays I hope to focus more on writing. I don't know what happened there, so pretty freaky. Something happened to the lights there. That's not parts. It did seem to be quite a bit of a storm outside, so anyway, that was a bit freaky. I don't know if you noticed that, like maybe something wrong with the lamp. But anyway, but yeah, I hope it can change. These videos can change perceptions, and there are many other videos on YouTube as well, to be fair. And I hope I can connect with other dyslexics to inspire the future generations of dyslexics to achieve their full potential, and show that even if school and society, even if teachers and parents tell you can't do things, you can still achieve. Number 29, as ever, I would love to read any suggestions you have on how to help dyslexic people more generally, and again, any tips you have just generally. And number 30, I hope some people out there enjoy these videos, but yeah, as I say, please do share them with dyslexic people, and I hope we can connect together, So like I say, people get and support each other's works just generally as much as possible. And I'm about to go sleep soon, so I bid you a good night. Peace and love.